If you're waking up exhausted or crashing at 2 p.m., even with a decent night's sleep, this video is for you. Today, we're unpacking 6 hidden reasons you might be feeling low energy, wiped out, or tired, plus the small fixes that can turn your energy around. Let's jump in. The first hidden reason you might be feeling really tired all the time is dehydration. Yep, especially first thing in the morning. Listen, you wake up after 7 to 8 hours, if you even get that amount of sleep. But with no fluids in, and let me tell you, you're already behind when you wake up like this. Even with mild dehydration, just like 1 to 2%, it can cause fatigue, headaches, dizziness, and muscle cramps. And about 75% of Americans don't drink enough water daily. And look, for athletes, underhydration can cut endurance by up to 50%. And let me tell you, I see this in a lot of my teenagers, definitely my athletic teenagers. They definitely underhydrate frequently. How can you recognize this? If you're feeling sluggish, lightheaded, dry mouth, look for the dry lip, bottom lip. I like looking at that. Dark urine, which means that your urine is really concentrated now. Or if you're relying on coffee as a crutch first thing in the morning. And then also, what can you do about it? You can drink 12 to 16 ounces of water right after waking. And what I love most is adding electrolytes. Personally, I like using liquid IV, and I also like adding some creatine. But check with your doctor first before you add anything like creatine. But electrolytes should be no problem. So don't wait to feel thirsty, guys. Stay ahead of it. The second hidden reason you might be feeling really tired all the time is low iron or vitamin D. These aren't just buzzwords, guys. These nutrients directly fuel your energy systems. Look, iron helps your red blood cells carry oxygen. Vitamin D regulates energy, immunity, and muscle function. Up to 10 million Americans are iron deficient. That's a lot. And 42% of adults are low in vitamin D, even in the sunny state like Florida. And let me tell you from my own personal experience, about 95% of the patients I check vitamin D in, they are low. All right, so chances are you're probably low. So how do you recognize this? Fatigue, weakness, brain fog, pale skin, low mood. Look, you don't need to guess with these two. These are detectable with simple blood tests. But what can you do about it? Ask your doctor to check your labs. If you're low, correcting it can be a total game changer. Don't just take supplements blindly. Target the real issue. Another hidden reason that causes you to feel tired all the time could be cortisol rhythm disruption, especially because this is your body's natural wake-up hormone, and when it's misfiring, it can cause you to feel exhausted. Look, cortisol should spike in the morning and it should fall at night. But stress, late night screens like the blue screens on telephones and TVs, or staying in dim light can throw it off. And it can lead to grogginess very early on. It can also lead to energy crashes later. Look, morning light shuts off melatonin and spikes cortisol. And if you don't have any light, you just have a delayed signal. So no light equals delayed signal. How do you recognize this? Look, if you're dragging in the morning and you're finding yourself very wired at night, or you're hitting a hard 2 to 4 p.m. crash, think about cortisol, all right? What can you do about this? Well, get bright light and movement in the first hour after waking. Even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes, just go outside, get that light in, get a little exercise, and it can really help reset your internal clock and boost serotonin for better mood and better sleep later. Medication side effects could also be another hidden reason why you feel tired all the time, especially from common drugs like antihistamines, beta blockers, or antidepressants. Look, many medications list fatigue as a side effect, but we often overlook them. Benadryl? Well, obviously this makes most people drowsy. Beta blockers, they can slow your heart rate. Even SSRIs like paroxetine or sertraline or Zoloft, they can fog you out, all right? How do you recognize this? Well, pretty simple. You just started a new med, and suddenly you feel more tired, foggy, or just kind of overall flat with your energy. What can you do about it? Don't stop cold turkey. That's kind of dangerous. Talk to your doctor, all right? sometimes it's as simple as changing the timing, like taking meds at night, such as taking allergy medications at night because they make people so tired and so groggy. Even the non-drowsy ones do that as well. So talk to your doctor, you adjust the timing hopefully, or switch to a better tolerated option. A sedentary lifestyle is definitely gonna cause you to feel tired all the time. I don't even think this is considered a hidden reason. It's pretty obvious. Look, too much sitting, not enough movement, this is bad news. Look, lack of movement slows circulation, slows your mitochondria, which is where you get your energy, and it slows your metabolism. Over 25% of US adults get literally no physical activity, and it's strongly linked to chronic fatigue. One study found just a few low-intensity workouts a week can cut your fatigue by 65%. So, how do you recognize that this is the cause? If you feel stiff, slow, unmotivated, or just literally like mentally cloudy after sitting for long periods of time, what can you do about it? You don't need a gym, guys. Just walk for 10 to 15 minutes, stretch. A few small bursts a day can literally reboot your energy system. Caffeine can be another hidden reason why you feel tired. I know it sounds weird, right? But it's called the caffeine trap. Using coffee, tea, or energy drinks at pretty much the wrong time. Look, caffeine blocks something called adenosine, which is a sleep chemical. All right, it helps you feel sleepy later. And just to drop some science on you, the half-life of caffeine is 5 hours. So what that means is if you take 100 milligrams of caffeine at 3 p.m., that equals 50 milligrams that's still in your system at 8 p.m. Even if you can fall asleep, your deep sleep suffers, and the studies show that. So how do you recognize this? Well, you sleep 7 hours but wake up unrefreshed, or you feel jittery and then you crash. All right, what can you do about this? Try cutting caffeine after 12 or 1 p.m., swap in water, B vitamins, or a brisk walk for an afternoon energy lift instead of another cup. Or even try some electrolytes. Look, you're not lazy. These are fixable energy leaks. Hydrate, get your labs checked, reset your rhythm, check your meds for goodness sake, move more, and cut that caffeine a little bit earlier. Try this reset for 3 days, see how you feel. And look, if this video helped you, please like and subscribe and share this with someone who you think really needs it. You deserve to feel like yourself again, all right? Dr. Merchant out.